Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Your bloodline made it through that slavery. We made it through the waters as a baby. Your bloodline made it through that persecution. You made it through the waters, he know you the future. Covered in the ark, cause he know he gon' use you. Grew up around saying Aki on the usual. Then we see the affliction of the people. It'll make you kill a man, all the evil. Who made you a judge? Your own people mad, but we do it out of love. We gon' speak the truth, cause it came from up above. Flee from the crowd, y'all tired of armor hook. Brought to a people that serve the evil. When the waters given to another people. We the modern day Moses. Made it out the waters, no mistake, we was chosen. Modern day Moses. Thank you, Father. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses. Yeah. Stretch your hands to the heavens, I reach. Put this staff in your hand, I teach. To create the dumb and the blind. Don't worry what you got, go deliver my sheep. Tell Joe Biden ain't saying nothing. You won't go tell these people that these plays coming. We the modern day Moses. Babylon falling out, deliverance is closer. Modern day Moses.
Modern day Moses.
Modern day Moses. Modern day Moses.
I see it. You made this.
Modern day Moses.
Man, Taylor, what's up?
Hallelujah, yeah.
The shell in time.
In this day and time, we all supposed to be God and Moses. Deliver our people out of bondage of their mind, out of their physical condition, and bringing them back to the Most High. And if we ain't doing that, what good are we to the Most High? If we just get information without the revelation to do something.
All for your glory. Thank you, Father. All for your glory. All for your praise. This is your story, the ancient of days. All for your glory. All for your name. This is your story, the ancient of days. All for your glory, all for your praise. This is your story, the ancient of days. All for your glory, all for your name. This is your story, the ancient of days.
Oh, we should have tapped.
All right. Good evening, y'all.
Shalom.
Thank y'all for joining us this evening for a Bible study.
Shalom.
We're going to get this started with Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precept I get understanding.
All right.
Therefore I hate every false way.
All right. Sorry about that. Hey, Jeanette. What y'all want to talk about?
Modern day Moses.
Well,
You want to talk about BJ?
Yeah.
oh man. There was one question. We can start with that, I guess. I think Whitney want to start beating up on Jalen, so
Oh, no.
she don't know about jujitsu or something. Hey, Whitney, what you put in the? How did you word the question?
I'll look it
Huh?
up. She put it in the group.
Okay, what it say?
How do you choke your husband?
Oh, Lord.
Get away with it. Get away with it,
It's
man.
real. It just says,
Don't leave no more.
I asked about mixed martial arts inspired against another person.
Okay. I don't know what you.
What's the question?
Is it okay?
Is it okay? Cause It's,
Oh, it's martial arts. Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
Inspiring shit.
because it's I guess it's
look out, Jalen.
hurting somebody else. I guess maybe is that what you getting at? Whitney?
Sparring. She said sparring though, right?
Right.
She said mixed martial arts inspiring against another person.
Didn't Erin say something about she don't know why people want to think it's good to hurt other people?
Well,
Kinda crazy.
Oh, you talking about for as
Think it's a
you talking about
sport.
competition? Is she talking about in
I'm
competition?
guessing so.
I mean, sparring is. I mean, I've been in mixed martial arts when I was younger. Sparring is just sparring.
That's a-
Man, you pulling punches. You're not injuring nobody.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
not
you can have a
connected.
freak accident. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, but sparring is I mean, you just it is what it is. I mean, you just pulling punches and. I don't understand the foundation of the question though. She said, I mean,
But
she's
she
asking,
now-
is it a
Well-
sin?
I think she just sent to the group.
Yeah, she said, yeah, like because you're trying to hurt one another. So
it's a.
this is the
Where you want to go? Where you want to go with it? Because I wasn't gonna go to the root of it.
Well, go ahead.
Because it's really a loaded question. Because the things that we watch on TV today,
Yeah,
as far as boxing,
yeah.
wrestling,
in competition.
all those competitions, that it's kind of loaded, Mike, because
Yeah, I know.
we've been in this culture for so long.
You wouldn't
But
find it in
just
the Hebrew
like-
code.
Just like how we used to celebrate Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and all of those things that we used to. And we talked about Christmas, and we always talked about how we understood it in the scriptures, what the origin of Christmas was, and they tried to make it holy, in a sense. But the origin of Christmas was Saturnalia, and it was a wicked time when the Greeks and everybody in those times, then they did wicked things. Used to have all these type of crazy orgies and go around to different houses naked, singing, and so now it's called caroling now. When the people go out to the houses and they sing, they go to your houses and sing it. But all of those things in Easter, like Easter, it has a wicked origin. Well, competition like martial arts and all of those things also have a wicked origin. What am I saying? Go to First Maccabees.
I'm looking for it. You know exactly where it is?
Yeah, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's down there right when they
Right.
told them stop doing their own laws.
Right. I thought it was right. Let's see it. It said made them to wear a hat. That's what I'm looking for.
It's right there. It's got to be in chapter 1 or 2. When they first
You see that, Ro? Talking about making them wear a hat.
let's see.
Chapter 1 or 2.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we got to find
I think it's
where,
in one.
and y'all, it'll make sense of what I'm talking about as far as origins.
Let me just go.
Just give us a minute. Give us a minute here. Okay. I thought it was in. Let me see.
Maybe in second.
Verse 9.
Is it second?
It may be.
Second Maccabees 1?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, we got to find that, because
It's
Second
heads, the
Maccabees
crown.
4.
you found it. Okay.
Yeah. Second Maccabees 4.
4. Okay. Second Maccabees 4. All right.
I was in 1 too.
I thought it was 1. But yeah, this is Matter of fact, we do need to read that, VJ.
Was that one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's give them a little bit of First Maccabees 1 first, because this is when the Greek captivity, when the Greeks came in and took over
Right.
the Jews, and something happened. And yeah, let's go there first, and then we'll get to that question, Whitney. Everything has an origin, and when it comes to fighting too, and all of that, all of those things. So it's really a real loaded question though. First Maccabees 1, go ahead.
All right, First Maccabees 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians.
This is the Alexander the Great. This is what he's talking about. He came in and he ruled and he took over the Persian Medes.
Right. And I remember reading about him in high school, but I never knew.
Right, me neither.
During the biblical period.
Yep, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit in history, so did talk about it.
Right.
Never knew it was biblical.
Right. Because they took it out of the Bible.
They took it
don't
out.
have Greece in your Bible at all.
That's right.
But you used to have it. It used to be in there.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
Stop right there. It said the first over Greece. He was the first Edomite over Greece.
Yep.
Because Greece is whose portion of land? Japheth.
Yep.
So he was the first Edomite to rule over the Greeks.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And even back then, if we understood the Bible, it was Daniel talked about it.
Right.
It was in Daniel's prophecy.
Right.
But even in church, when they talked about Daniel, talked about this, we didn't have no clue.
Right. Because it wasn't in our Bible.
It wasn't. That's right.
Right.
It wasn't in there. Go ahead.
All right. And made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations.
Yep.
And so much that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations, and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
From Alexander. Go ahead.
So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died.
Okay.
And his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years.
Now you're gonna see it in Daniel 8, I believe it is.
Yep.
It's talking about this.
Yep.
But you have no frame of reference.
That's
because,
right.
matter of fact, they
I went
use
from
these
Malachi
same,
to Matthew. Yeah.
they use these same scriptures to talk about the Antichrist.
Yep.
But the
So
whole
did.
while is talking about
Greece.
the Grecian Empire.
So did. That's why they go from Malachi to Matthew.
Right.
Yeah. So they can put that in there.
Go ahead.
And evil years were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, and Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes,
Right.
son of Antiochus, the king who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
The Greeks.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men
Okay.
who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathens, with the heathen,
The heathen. Yeah.
that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
All right. Now remember, these are the Greeks. These
Yep.
are the people who invented the Olympics.
There you
You
go.
know? And so they say, hey, look, we
Yep.
want to be like y'all.
Yep.
Always.
When Jeremiah, I think the late young lady at work, I was showing her Jeremiah 3. Y'all, what did it say? I mean, Jeremiah, 3. 10, excuse me, 10 and 3.
Oh, we gotta learn the way of the heathen.
Don't learn the way of the heathen.
Yep.
Now, that's in Jeremiah, but now they're saying that we want to be like the heathen.
Uh huh.
Okay, go ahead.
14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise.
There it is. There it is.
At
I knew it
Jerusalem,
was something in one.
Yeah.
That's it.
according to the customs of the heathen.
Do that again. 14.
Whereupon they built a place for
They
exercise.
built a place for exercise.
Jim.
A gym.
Mm-hmm.
A gym.
Yeah. Wow.
At Jerusalem. Go ahead. According to what?
According to the customs of the heathen.
Okay. Remember that. Because
Right.
once we go to what BJ going in for, yeah, you're going to see where all this stuff originated from. Go ahead.
15. And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants, and horsemen, and a great navy. They talk about that in the Timbuktu, don't they? Elephants.
Yeah.
And made war against Ptolemy,
Yep.
king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death.
Now, Ptolemy, and this is, man, I wish I had. This is the Alexander the Greek died, and he left the kingdom to his 4 generals.
Right.
And Ptolemy went down to Egypt.
Yep.
The Seleucid Empire was right there in Jerusalem. You
Yep.
got Lysimachus and I
Can't remember the name of the other.
but they're up above,
Yeah.
So it's divided into 4 kingdoms. But the Seleucid, or who Antiochus
Right.
is part of, he wanted to take over Ptolemy's part.
Yeah.
And like I said, all this is spelled
It's
out
all
in
in-
Daniel to a
Yep.
T.
Sure is.
But if you don't have it, then hey, it's the Antichrist.
And guess who came out of that line of the Seleucid Empire that reigned that was put in charge of Jerusalem? King Herod. Wow. King Herod came out of there. So you can't make this up. Matter of fact, I think we better leave it at that because there's a lot of stuff in there that's But he came out of that, and they put him in reign of Jerusalem. Herod, he was an Idumean. He was Idumean. He was an Edomite, but he studied and he converted to Judaism. But I'm telling you, it's a lot in the Greek, and like BJ said, what's nice spelled it out for us, Daniel, but we had no clue. Daniel prophesied that all of this stuff was going to happen. Go ahead.
19. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar,
Look at that.
and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof. Okay.
Yep.
Now I just thought about something. And the tables of the showbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple.
Everything that represented Christ. Take it out of there. Get it out. So you know who was the mastermind, Mike, of this. He was using the Greeks to do it. But we know who was behind the scenes doing this.
Apostle John?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All which he poured off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found, and when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was a great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were.
Okay.
So that the princes and elders mourned the virgins, and the young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentations, and she that sat in the marriage chambers was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collectors of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude. and spake peaceably words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel.
Talk good for him. Talk the good stuff to deceive him, and then once he was in, destroy him.
Yep.
Go ahead.
31. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire.
Set it on fire.
And pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive, and possessed the cattle. Then built they the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation.
They put what?
They put therein a sinful nation.
Put therein a sinful nation into Jerusalem,
Right.
to take over the tabernacle, the sanctuary, holy land. Thank you. Go ahead.
Wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare.
Yep.
For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary, and defiled it. And so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her.
Okay.
Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach,
Yep.
her honor into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning.
Now watch this, y'all.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom
To his whole kingdom. What they took over. Go ahead.
that all should be one people,
Oh.
one nation.
Pause.
Right.
Now they all should be one people.
Right.
But y'all gonna do what we put in place. Y'all, we done tore up the sanctuary. Y'all ain't doing that stuff no more. Y'all gonna do it my way. Okay.
Is this the beginning of the Jewish?
The what?
Is this the beginning of the Jewish?
Of the Greeks. These
Greeks,
are
yeah.
Jews, but they're Greek. They adopted the Grecian
Yes.
customs.
Yes.
And so when you see Greeks in the New Testament, it don't mean Greeks. It's
Right.
a different definition for Greeks.
Right. Hellenists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there in Antiochus.
Right.
Yep. Hellenists.
So, but when you go to church, they say, well, Greeks. See, that means Gentiles.
Yep.
And companies all Gentiles, Africans, and Chinese,
Yep.
and white people, and everything. You
Yep.
know, just anybody that's not a Jew.
Right.
But no, he's talking specifically to the Greeks, who that's what they're called now. These people who have adopted
Right.
the Greek custom.
Hellenists.
Yeah.
Israelite.
Greek speaking Jews. That's what. Yeah.
Greek speaking Jews.
That's what the definition of a
Hellenist is.
Right.
Were they Jews at this time?
Yeah, they Jews.
Yeah.
They just, bloodline Jews, but they adopted.
But they adopted the Greeks'
Right.
ways.
Exactly.
And the way that he
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, the Greek has taken over everything.
Yeah, that's right.
So that the language, everything. Why do you think the old New Testament was written in Greek?
Right.
That's why.
Right.
That's why. They took over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took over everything.
And this is why they took it out the Bible.
Exactly.
It's in here.
Exactly.
In 1849, it was in here.
Yeah.
But they say, no, y'all don't need to know that.
Yep.
It's telling too much.
Yep. Okay.
Y'all Negroes might find out who you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking this out of here.
42. And everyone should leave his laws.
See there?
So all the heathens.
Read started 41 again.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom
To his whole kingdom.
that all should be one people.
Yeah, Greek. Basically. It ain't no Jew. Everything is Greek now. Go ahead.
And everyone should leave his laws.
So y'all ain't doing these laws anymore. And we done tore up the temple. Y'all ain't no keeping no Sabbaths and all. Y'all no.
Right.
I'm tearing all that up. And Tiger said, I'm tearing all. No, y'all gonna do it my way. I got my own laws that y'all gonna go by. Cause we gonna be one nation. And y'all got to. That's why, like you just said, they adopted the Greek ways. Yeah, all of this happened from between Malachi and Matthew.
Yeah.
That's why they had to take it out. That's why they took it out.
Choice though. They were up on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. He cut all Antiochus cut all that stuff out. Okay, go ahead.
So all the heathens agreed according to the commandments of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
They consented.
That is religion.
Yep.
And sacrificed unto idols and
Uh-oh.
profaned the Sabbath.
Look at that.
For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land,
Yep.
and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple,
Yep.
and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people,
Yep.
set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine,
Look at that.
flesh, and unclean beasts.
Upon that altar that was of the Most High,
Yeah,
instead of sacrificing what they clean,
clean animal, right?
without blemish,
Yeah.
which represented Christ, they stuck a pig up there
Right.
Yeah.
to sacrifice.
And Daniel
Go,
told.
go ahead,
Go
bro.
ahead.
So these are not Israelite Jews that are doing this. These are Greek Jews that are doing this.
Well, they're Israelite, but they became Greek. This is where they got the name Greek.
And they consented. Remember, they said they consented to it.
Yeah.
Greek speaking.
So they were doing it.
So they went against.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They consented to it, bro.
Matter of fact, jump back up to 11.
Yeah.
Read the 11 one more time.
I think I got that part, but I just thought these were different.
Oh.
set of-
Oh, No.
These were covenant Jews.
Yeah.
Saw how
The chosen.
just like we do today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Same thing.
Matter of fact, look,
Same
throw
thing.
this up here real quick before we get back into
Yeah, we're doing the same thing today, bro.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Alexander the Greek, I think he died, how old was he, 38? So,
Too young.
I might be not younger than that.
Yeah.
But anyway, he died, and his kingdom was divided. Cassandra, the Semicus, Seleucus, and Ptolemy.
Yep.
And see, Ptolemy had, with Seleucus, he wanted, you see, he already had all this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want this too.
Mm-hmm.
And he went and conquered Egypt, and on the way back to his place, he said, I might as well get in.
Yep.
Might as well
Yep.
get them too. And that's when all this we read
That's right. Take place.
take place.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Let's start back to 47. Set up altars and groves and chapels.
You got it though, bro? You got it? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
Look at that.
Verse yet.
48.
Okay.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanations.
Wow.
To the end they might forget the law.
That what?
Get the law.
To the end they might forget the law.
They might forget that
Uh-huh.
law.
Yep.
So look here. Nothing new under the sun.
Yes, right.
We were born under a false
Yep.
doctrine.
Yep.
Think about the kids.
And false religion.
They just told it.
Yeah.
This is a 200-year empire.
Yep.
You know, so be hard on the ones who agreed to it in the beginning.
Exactly.
But the ones that were born into it, that's you.
Yep.
That's us.
That's it.
You know, so
That's it.
hey, we are them,
Yep.
and to the end that they might forget the law
Yep.
and change all the
All
ordinances.
ordinances.
And that's what we have done. That's what we're under today.
Yep.
The law is done away with. They tell us at church.
Yep.
You ain't gotta keep the Sabbath. They tell us at church. Any day is the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
What is, it's already been.
Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
Same
What
thing.
has passed, what the Lord said.
Same thing. Same thing going on. Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandments of the king, he said he should die.
Mm.
In the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanded the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law. And so they committed evil in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for secure. Now the 15th day of the month, Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and built idol altars throughout the city of Judah on every side.
Okay, so this is on the 15th day in Caslu.
Yep.
This is where they. Well, keep reading. Go ahead.
And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets.
Okay.
And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
Look at that.
Wow. We're not dealing with this no more.
That's it.
Matter of fact, let's burn it up
Burn
so
it up.
future generations won't even know it exists.
Right.
Go ahead.
57. And whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament,
Yep.
or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
Look at
They
that.
should put him to death. If you even think about
Keeping
trying to keep
Sabbath.
that law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything. in that law.
Anything.
You get caught with a
You get-
Bible in your hand.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill you.
Don't kill
That
you.
didn't happen in America then.
Yeah. It's gonna happen again too.
Yeah, I
man.
never said it.
One
It's on its
day.
way back.
Yeah. Nothing new under the sun.
58. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the city.
Wow.
And it says to the Israelites.
Right.
That's right. Right.
Same thing they're doing now. Now the 25th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar.
Wow.
What month?
Oh, good
Same
point.
month, right?
Good point. What's the month of Caslu in Jewish? Y'all know what it is, Caslu? It's
Yeah.
December.
December. So on December
December
25th.
25th.
Yeah.
What they
Yeah,
do?
it is. And now the 5th and 20th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God.
Look at that.
In which time, according to the commandments, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised.
Okay.
Wow.
And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them.
They ain't playing.
Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore, the rather to die,
They chose rather to die.
that they might not be defiled with meats.
Yep.
And that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died. And there was very great wrath upon Israel.
Yeah, I'm glad we read the whole thing, that whole
Yeah.
chapter, because it's the foundation of it. It's going to get to that question because it's the foundation of it. There's something had happened, and they said they built what did it say?
Exercise.
Exercises.
Places of exercise.
So guess who? Like BJ said, who invented it? Who invented the Olympics? It was the Greeks.
Right.
Greeks. And y'all remember the movie.
Which one?
Slipping my mind.
With the king, the general, right? With the general who-
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. The gladiators. The gladiators. That was a sport. That's exactly what they did. They got these gladiators and they went in and they went into the big Colosseum, which was in Rome.
Right.
Happened to be Rome. Rome had this big Colosseum, and for entertainment,
They threw the Israelites.
they had people fighting each other.
Are you not entertained?
They had people fighting each other. The Greeks made this up. So, with that being said, now BJ can go to his
Well, I was trying to see what it started. We might have started one.
probably so. Yeah. Probably so.
And this is the same story told to, I think he's talking to the Israelites in Egypt who fled to Egypt. And he's really calling them to tell them writing to them to tell them to keep about John 10. Come on, man.
What you say, Ro? Ro about to
Not with no interpreter.
Ro
Not without no interpreter.
about to open that door. Rose might open that door, boy.
The Feast of Dedication is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Feast of Dedication.
Yeah. He's telling them to keep that, and then he's going into the story,
Oh, yeah.
telling the story
Yeah.
from different perspective.
Right.
But it's the same story.
Yeah.
So let's start it once. Chapter 4:1.
This is second Maccabees, y'all.
Yeah, second Maccabees.
Second book of Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 1. This Simon now, of whom we spake afore, having been a betrayer of the money
Okay.
and of his country, slandered Onias as if he had terrified
Heliodorus.
Heliodorus. Have mercy, what a name.
It's Greek.
And been the worker of these evils. Thus was he bold to call him a traitor that had deserved well of the city and tendered his own nation and was so zealous of the laws.
Okay. So what's happening? And I can't remember exactly without reading, but there's a campaign for high priest position, and they're trying to buy it. From the
Right.
Grecians. The Grecians are over them now.
Right.
And so instead of just doing it the way that they've always done it with the high priest, who has to be a son of Aaron, now they're buying the position. It's politics going in.
That's a good point, man. I remember when you was talking about. See, this is during the time of. This is when the scribes and the Pharisees
Right.
came into place during that time.
Right.
And so, yeah, I can see your point when you was talking about where they really.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how do you see the scribes and Pharisees?
Yeah.
Even Paul was a Benjamite.
Right.
How is he in the place of law guilt? This is
Yeah.
a Levite position.
Right.
But it
Yeah.
carried over from here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
That's a good
go
point.
back and read
Good
1
point.
through 3, and you'll see the politics start
Yep.
for the high priest position.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Well, yeah.
3.
So in one of them, I can't remember, had told them, hey, they got money over there in the temple. And if you let me be a high priest, I'll tell you where it
Yeah.
is. It's in the temple, and you
Wow.
just go
Yeah.
back there, and
Yeah.
And so that's where we're picking up.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
3. But their hatred went so far that by one of Simon's fashions murders were committed. Onias, seeing the danger of this contention, and that Apollonius, and being the governor of Syria and Phoenix, did rage and increase Simon's malice. He went to the king not to be an accuser of his countrymen, but seeking the good of all, both public and private. But he saw that it was impossible that the state should continue quiet, and Simon leave his folly, unless the king did look thereunto.
Okay, where's this?
But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes and took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest,
Okay, watch this. Here you go. Right here.
Yep.
promising unto the king by intercessions 360 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents.
So if you let me be high priest, now his brother was the high priest.
Yep.
He gonna give a bribe. I want to be high priest.
Yep.
Paid for it.
Okay.
Yep.
9. Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise. That is again. And for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen.
Under the fashions of the heathen.
Yeah.
What that involved? Let's see.
Yep.
And to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochians. Which when the king had granted, and he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion.
You see that?
To Greekish fashion.
That go
Y'all see
right
that?
with chapter 1, verse 11.
Yep.
That's a parallel right to it.
Yep.
But it just go into detail and give you names.
Exactly.
Okay.
11. And the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Eupolemus, who went ambassador to Rome for enmity and aid, he took away, and putting down the government which were according to the law, he brought up new customs against the law.
Uh-huh.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
Made them wear a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on different teams and made them compete against each
That's
other.
it. This is where it come from. This is where it derived from.
Okay.
Now such was the height of Greek
What you say? That's it. That's it. All the sports and stuff we watching, y'all, is derived from. This is where it derived from.
Yeah, it's fun. Fun for the kids, but where did it come from?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now such was the height of Greek fashion, and increase of heathenness manners, through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priest had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise. After the game of discus, called them forth.
After the game of what?
Discus.
What's that in? What you discus in? The Olympics. They started this.
It's all right there in the book. They took out with them.
Yeah, they had to.
Wow.
Go ahead.
And the priest, hey, shoot, I don't sit up here killing these animals every day. I want to throw too.
Yeah.
Especially on Saturday.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, say man. Especially on the Sabbath. Yeah.
Go ahead.
15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Yep.
Okay.
By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers. Avengers.
And they what? Avengers.
And they had them to be their enemies and avengers,
Yeah.
whose custom they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
Yep.
For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God. But the time following shall declare these things. Now when the game that was used every year, every, now when
Yeah,
the,
fifth.
okay, Phil. Man, it said faith. Mine said faith.
Really?
Say fifth.
It's
Mine
fifth.
said faith.
Mine said
Yours
faith.
said faith too? Wow. After every
I
faith
didn't
year.
understand.
That sound right.
Sound like fifth.
Supposed to be fifth, yeah.
It's fifth year. Yes.
Oh, one of them, huh?
Okay.
Now when the game that was used every 5th year was kept at Tyrus, the king being present.
That's the only thing that changed. Limits is every 4 years. Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, well.
Okay. This ungracious Jason sent special messengers from Jerusalem, who were in the Antiochians, and in regard of the sender was appointed to Hercules sacrifice. But because of the bearers thereof, it was employed to the making of the galleys. Now when Apollonius, the son of Mattathias, was sent into Egypt for the coronation of King
Ptolemaeus.
Ptolemaeus, Philometor, Antiochus, understanding him not to be well affected to his affairs, providing for his own safety, whereupon he came to Joppa, and from thence to Jerusalem,
Okay.
where he was honorably received of Jason and of the city, and was brought in with torch, a light, and with great shouting. That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
What? He said brought in what?
It said where he was honorable
How does
received
the
of Jason.
how the Olympics starts?
Torch. Running of the torch. Lighting the torch. Running.
Ceremony. That's it.
Yeah, I was thinking about when Christ was coming in.
Right.
Go ahead.
See, and he was, as we go on, you're going to see he want to be worshipped as a god.
Yep.
So, go ahead. Ptolemy. I mean, Antiochus.
Antiochus. But this Hercules sacrifice, that's where the bodybuilding came.
There you go.
Bodybuilding. I mean, y'all may be too old, but they used to have movies, Hercules.
Yep.
And it was mass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding. Yep.
Okay, 22. Where he was honorably received of Jason and of the city, and was brought in with torch alight, and with great shouting. And so afterwards went with his host unto Phoenix. 3 years afterwards, Jason sent Menelaus, the aforesaid Simon's brother, to bear the money unto the king, and to put him in mind of certain necessary matters.
I just want to read this little part here.
But
now you want to go get that money that he told him about, a little while ago. Go ahead.
But he being brought to the presence of the king, when he had magnified him for the glorious appearance of his power, got the priesthood to himself, offering more than Jason by 300 talents of silver. So
I got outbid for the high priest position. Okay. I mean, see, this is things that we wonder from Malachi
Yep.
to
Matthew.
Matthew, where these Sadducees and Pharisees come from.
Yep.
And how you got 2 high priests? What's going on here? In Matthew. We got one appointed high priest and one appointed by Rome, and then we got one that was brought in by the Jews. So why we got 2? What's going on? We missed all this.
Yep.
They took it out. Go ahead.
25. So he came with the king's mandate, bringing nothing worthy the high priesthood, but having the fury of a cruel tyrant and the rage of a savage beast. Then Jason, who had undermined his own brother, being undermined by another, was compelled to flee into the country of the Ammonites.
Okay, that ain't the part I thought it was, but that's good. I mean, well, we got the part that we wanted.
Yep. Yeah. So that all these boxing, taking karates, and it all has an origin, and we just read the foundation of it. So the question: is it wrong now? Is it wrong to participate in stuff like this boxing?
When you put it that way, it kind of goes back down to where you are spiritually, where your measurements are.
Right.
And definitely to the scripture.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to look at it from that perspective,
Where it came from.
Placing something else above. Where the focus should be.
Yeah, and particularly, you didn't see none of this type of activity. I think maybe they were at war when David's main guy, what's his name?
Joe.
Yeah.
Joab?
No.
Joab. No, is that it?
It wasn't Joab. It was. Wait a minute. It was Joab.
Joab.
Yeah.
Joab
Yeah.
fighting with the Northern Kingdom. I can't even remember his name, but they had some guys out there in the middle out there just stabbing each other with the swords.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing you see, but that ain't nothing that it was. It seemed like it was alcohol was involved, and they So that's the only thing that you kind of see going on like that,
Right.
And it wasn't nothing sanctioned by God, of course.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I can remember.
Yeah.
There's a law though, Exodus 22. I'm just trying to think of anything that's got to do with self-defense or this might spark something else. 22, start at 1. I'm starting at 1 for a reason.
Exodus 22, verse 1.
Yeah.
If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox.
If a man what?
If a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox.
Okay, go ahead.
And 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
Hold on. If a thief be found breaking up, stealing, if he caught in the act, and you kill him, the what now?
There shall no blood be shed for him.
Okay, so you are right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitutions. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
I'll say you can't get this. Can't get this the full. I mean, not the King James. You got a different version? Can you switch over to a different version?
Yeah, which one?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah. Just go to I don't know any other version.
Okay, let's go to
ESV
NLT. If a thief is caught in the act of breaking into a house and is struck and killed in the process, the person who killed the thief is not guilty of murder.
What about the next version?
3. Three says, but if it happens in daylight, the one who killed the thief is guilty of murder. A thief who is caught must pay in full for everything he stole.
Okay.
If he cannot pay, he must be sold as a slave to pay for his theft.
Now, it's funny that there's a difference between darkness and daylight. You know, if you killed him at night in the darkness,
yeah,
you ain't you're not guilty. But if you killed him in the daylight, then you're guilty.
Right.
You see something spiritual in that?
I do. We talking about day and darkness and light.
Right.
Yeah. If you killed him, we said what? If you killed him
at nighttime.
At nighttime, then you what?
You're innocent.
Right. Yeah. You're innocent. Right.
Yeah.
But you kill him in the daytime.
But if you killed him in day, which represents the light.
Light, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in other words, if you
in the daytime you can see him, you know better. You know
Wow.
But if you killed him at night in darkness,
what you say?
What'd you say?
Winnie, you gotta stop it.
What's with?
Oh, I tell you.
Winnie said, tell him to come back at night.
Come back when I'm asleep.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, there's some significance in that.
Yeah, there's something in there. It's just like, breaking the laws when you didn't know no better. When you didn't know no better about breaking the Sabbath or whatever. You can't hold it. Proverbs.
Isn't that what would he say?
And your weakness is your ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
What is Proverbs? Is it 6 or 7 where it says, "No man despises a thief."
If you steal the certified soul.
Yeah. It just made me think of that. There you go. It's 6. 6 and 30.
Okay, 6 and 30. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
Okay, when he's hungry. And this is spiritual also.
Yes.
Because
going to church.
Yeah. We're trying to satisfy our souls every Sunday.
Right.
You can't though. You never satisfied. Until and you don't even know it. The bad part about it is you think you satisfied. Or you think you full. You think you got something.
Yep.
But until you experience the truth, you realize that was nothing. And so while we were asleep, we did that.
Yeah.
And we was trying to satisfy our soul. And God said, no man despises a thief.
Right.
A thief. Why? Because you're stealing. You're stealing from the Gentiles, God. That's not your doctrine. Your doctrine is with the Most High.
That's it. Yep.
And so he's speaking spiritually here.
Yep.
Matter of fact, if we had read the whole thing, and it's about committing adultery, and that's what we did. We're committing adultery with Sunday Jesus,
right?
And don't even know it. And so he's saying, I'm not holding you accountable for
Right.
stealing, or committing adultery over there to satisfy your soul because I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone. You've been asleep. You don't even know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wake you up and you still caught over there, then hey, you're gonna what is it in Revelation? Partake in her plagues.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm killing everything that's in there.
Yep.
And if you in there still committing adultery, then hey, I have warned you. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You see something, fellow?
That's a good point, though, man. I'm just writing off what you said because he said if he steals to satisfy his soul.
Yeah.
And what you're doing in the church, that's exactly what you're doing. You're satisfying the soul. What makes up the soul?
Feelings and emotions.
Everything. Yeah.
That's what you're doing in the church. It has nothing to do with your spirit.
Right.
The spirit that the Most High
Right.
is trying to get us to come back to. You go into church to feel good,
Yep.
get some feel good music, listen to do not tell me right things, speak unto me smooth things. All of those things satisfy the flesh, the soul. So that's what you're doing. You're satisfying your soul,
Right.
but you're not getting the real, what the Most High wants us to get, the spirit back right with Him by keeping them laws, statutes, and commandments, them 10 commandments. That's what He wants us to do. So, you right on that one, man. If he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry, so all you're doing is almost like a drug.
Being judged by the light.
You just all we doing is it's almost like a drug. Some of us we anticipate that fix. We got to get that fix on Sunday, and we moved. Man, I moved. The spirit was in there. The spirit moved in there. It was good. But what they preach about? I don't know.
No, but
Just like a fix. It lasts you alone.
It was good though. I mean, the crowd,
It lasts alone.
man, the crowd, the choir sang, and I felt so good.
Didn't learn nothing. Though.
Didn't learn a thing. Didn't learn a thing.
Don't even remember.
So
what it was about.
that's what we're doing on them Sundays, and Satan knew what he was doing. He wanted us to get the people to satisfy their soul, satisfy that flesh, and we're not growing in the spirit. We're not when we go into those. When we all been there, and we've all witnessed it. Even though, Mike, some of us come out of charismatic churches. Some of us come out of the ones that was, calm and didn't do the hoopla and all that stuff. But they still went in there to what?
Satisfy soul.
To satisfy their soul. Don't matter how they were getting it, but that's exactly what was happening. It was getting their soul satisfied. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah.
Matthew gave us 34 and 35, but matter of fact, just start at 30 and read back all the way down.
Where it? Set.
30 to the end.
Oh, okay.
Proverbs 6.
Okay.
Read 30 again and just finish it out.
Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
Okay.
But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold.
Okay.
He shall give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Okay.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Start right there.
Yep.
But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all substance of, and that's
Tithes.
when you realize who you are, when you realize who
Yep.
God is,
Yep.
when you realize He knows you. He says you will give all.
Yep.
You don't care about all that stuff you
Exactly.
used to care about. No more.
Exactly.
Because
Substance, material stuff.
you don't care about
You
it.
don't care about it no more.
And boy, that's a good feeling.
Yes.
Man, it's a good feeling to not care.
Takes a
what-
burden off of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what they think about me driving this old truck? What they think about me wearing these old shoes? Who cares? We got the Most High. Ain't that what else guy said?
Yes, sir. Yep.
He said he give it all. He said, but what?
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman
Yeah.
lacketh understanding.
Wow.
This woman is this Sunday doctrine, the Sunday church,
That's it.
the Roman Catholic Church.
Yep.
And he said, whosoever committeth adultery lacketh understanding. Psalms, a good understanding have all they who do his commandments. Psalm 111 and 10. I believe it is. Yeah?
It's
Ain't that
in
what it
one.
say?
Yeah. I don't remember what verse.
He says, if you go and commit adultery with the Sunday Jesus, the Sunday God that's out there, the one that Christ said was coming in John 14:30, he said, if you do that, then you lack understanding. That's because you're not keeping the commandments, because he gives you understanding when you keep the commandments. Ain't that what it say? No. What is
What
it?
was that?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah.
A good understanding have all they that do his
You
commandments.
see what I'm saying?
His praise endureth forever.
So
Yep.
he said, where we at? 32. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's showing you him. Matter of fact, and we read it, Mike had the shirt on, Ezekiel 20:20. He said, keep my Sabbath. There should be a sign between me and you, that you may know that I am the Lord your God. How you gonna know that? He gonna show it to you.
Yeah.
He's gonna reveal himself to you. That's John 14:21. Keep the commandments and he'll reveal himself to you.
Right.
It's all these verses marry each other, but we don't know them because they don't give them to us at church. Go ahead.
That's right.
33.
33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Okay.
For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Who's the man? Who's the man that's coming finding you cheating on him when he comes back?
The Most High.
Jealousy. He said, I'm a jealous God.
Yeah.
He said that in the first commandment, didn't he? Didn't he say that in Exodus 20?
Yep.
I'm a jealous God.
Yep.
He said jealousy is the rage of a man. He's talking spiritually here.
Right.
Go ahead.
He will not spare in the day of
He
vengeance.
will not. He. That's what I'm saying. If he catch you there, when he come back, he gonna kick you.
Yep.
That's what he just said.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, this a kicker right here. He will not regard any ransom,
Yeah.
neither will he rent content.
Didn't I
Rest content, I mean.
Rest.
call out cast out devils in that name?
Yeah.
Didn't I do this and didn't I do that?
Yeah.
In John, Matthew 7. Matthew 7, he said, "Depart from me. I don't know you. I never knew you." And so while you trying to call out all the stuff you did for him in his name, that ain't him.
That's right.
That wasn't his
That ain't
authority.
him. Okay.
That's right.
What's up, Marvin? Nitra? And I see Mr. Carlos. Mr. Carlos.
Mr. Carlo.
Your question? I don't
Another
know
one?
if we answered it, but
Oh, with question. So, what do you think, Mike? Because
Well,
it's
I mean, I got
opinion.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, it's scripture based.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first question to ask you is which one of the commandments would it burn? Anybody got to respond?
Well,
I was thinking.
you talking about one of the 10, or you talking about one of the 2?
10.
Oh my God, y'all up here.
But what reason I said that? Reason what 2? Oh,
The
I
two.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I asked that question because see, it's not very present if you stay
Right.
in the 10. So you have to ask yourself, well, because this is what wisdom is trying to show you up to. This is what wisdom is trying to show. It's not the beginning of a thing that corrupts you. It's staying in it and not seeing the end that's coming, what you're headed to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is that Like me and Nard got out there and just joking around. Yeah, I mean it's physical, it's body, but, you know, we're not intending to hurt something. That's
Right.
That's different.
Right.
But martial arts, since I know I've been in it has pros and cons.
Yep.
As far as character building, etc. It's one of the perhaps the most confident builders you can get into is, and the higher you get, the more you find yourself more independent versus dependent. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But when you now look at that from a spiritual standpoint,
Mhm.
because it's a spiritual thing you're growing away from. You don't see it, but you're going away from it. And the participation in a lot of those things, it's just like football or anything.
Right.
Football is an example of the sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't play that, save my life. Personally, I see it as foolishness and it's not practical spiritual enrichment for me.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, well, we are physical beings, so we tend to think physical. But we're physical beings trying to reach the immortal state, which is spiritual. So if your mind is kept on where you're trying to get to versus where you are, then that's what cancel out stuff like that, because it's going to challenge you on your Sabbath.
Yeah.
It's going to challenge you as far as other values that are not heavenly based, not up the Most High.
Right.
And those things is what you got to watch out for, because it's the gradual sucking you in.
Yes.
You don't see it coming.
Yes.
Because
It's
you
subtle.
hadn't
It's very
stopped
subtle.
and looked far enough into the future. Where's it's taking me?
Yep.
That sounds
It's
just
it's
like
subtle.
what Maccabee said too. That's
What you
exactly
take.
what Maccabee said when
Yeah.
he was describing what the men were saying.
Mm-hmm.
It took them away from it.
It
Yeah.
took them away from
It takes a yeah. And
you,
it-
you can easily get to a point where you don't know you're doing it, but you worship yourself.
that's where I was just about to go. That's exactly what
In
happened.
the first two commandments.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's what I meant, bro. When you just turn and glance at the 10, you don't come up with nothing.
Right.
But it's going to draw you there.
Gradually.
Yeah.
Slowly, and that's a good point, Michael, what you're saying, because when you're into all of those things, especially in martial arts and stuff like that, depending on, like you said, how you go in it, and you go into these levels, and you get to a point that you become so good at it, and the type of techniques that they show you have to do it, and the meditation, and so you become the more you become, these black belts, and then you thinking
Pride and everything.
it's slowly going in there, and you're thinking
Taking
now
over.
you're thinking you're a god.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all remember this, but this is it's an old movie. Y'all, we about all same age in here. Y'all remember The Last Dragon? Y'all remember The Last Dragon?
It wasn't that.
What was Leroy was looking for?
Glow.
That's what he was looking for. And at the end, showing up, dumping his head in that water, and he said, "Who's the master?" And he started remembering all of the things that people was telling him. And a lot of people, and one of his teachers was saying, "There's one thing that you're missing, and only you." And he's pointing to his head.
Yeah.
Only you. Once you know that. And then was another girl was saying, "Well, you look like a master to me." And so the last time showed up, said, "Who's the master?" And he put his head out of the water. He said, "I am." And so that's what happened. That's what happens when you go into all of these levels, and you're going to disregard. You're going to break it. Yeah, because you're thinking yourself as a god now. And so that's what we have to be careful with when there's certain levels of being in this karate and all this stuff, because they teach you how to meditate and doing all these. It's subtle, Mike.
It's so.
Just like you said.
Just like the statement itself, the Most High warned.
Yeah.
Learn not the ways
Of the heathen. That's right.
He didn't give you book.
He's telling us for a
book
reason.
that goes with why.
Yeah.
No, you need to figure that out.
He's telling us for a reason.
You need to wake up.
Yep.
You need to ask me why I should not learn. Don't just say it and then go listen to the Gentiles and set your eyes on the Gentiles.
Like he said, don't touch the stove.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Don't touch it then.
Yeah, right. We'll find out.
Yeah, so I mean that applies not only to spiritual. I mean,
Yep. A whole lot of yeah.
devices. Those are
It's so
the
subtle.
war games
Yep.
that Satan knows, and he's the master. He's the master of all of
Yes,
us.
being athletes, music
It's a
stars,
war
all it's
game.
going to slowly take you away.
That's all they are.
Slowly take you away from. And even the ones that said that they started in gospel.
Right.
And then it just slowly took it. It just the girl, your girl, you was just talking. We was talking about the other day, babe. You said that I forgot that girl name, but she said she basically said she sold herself to because she was singing in church.
Oh, Katy Perry.
Yeah, was singing in church, and she got into and she said I sold myself to the devil. I did.
Wow.
I did. So it's like you're right, Mike. It's a subtle, it's slow, and it's subtle. And then they start being an artist, musical artists, and they stroke that check in front of you. Whoa, never seen that much money in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
comes
comes with a price.
yeah, it comes with a price.
Anything come from Satan comes with a price.
Comes with a price. Yeah. So
And, it's hard to do, but it's practical for us to consider it as much as possible,
yeah,
and never forsake the reality that you're in a spiritual war.
yes.
Everything that's physical is
Every-
designed to corrupt you,
There you go.
spiritually.
There you go.
This whole earth, that's why I was messing with Noah when I come in. Lord, we living on this earth.
Yeah,
We living in it.
yeah,
You living in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you living in abomination. You living in idolatry. It's around you. It's all everything that destroyed the soul. Is
yeah.
right at your fingertip.
You sure right. I think about it a lot too, because a lot of how my life went, and even BJ too. BJ and I don't know, maybe some of you out here, but BJ and I probably had the gifts and talent to play professional sports.
Of course. Yeah, your tennis.
We had the talent to do it, but something happened along the way, and because of it, I believe that the Most High was like because he knew if we probably went that way, in that avenue of sport, we wouldn't have been thinking about no God.
That is your God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Money, women, we got it all now.
Can you confess it and admit it? That's the problem.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So he had to take it from us.
Young rich ruler.
He took that away from him because he had another plan for our life.
Yeah.
We couldn't go that way. He knew how the outcome was going to be.
I tell Rolanda that all the time. You gotta be thanking God.
That's what I told Sonya. I said, girl, I wouldn't have met you.
Scholarship up here.
I said, I wouldn't have met you. I told Sonya that all the time. I would have met you. Here's some little candy
Brought me
girl
here
on my
for
arm.
you.
Money.
You don't see what I'm talking about?
Look at it, bro.
Making himself 2 times the service of hell.
Yeah, but you're right, Mike. It's cunning, it's slow, it's subtle, and you'll be breaking that first commandment.
For who when they consider that question, you got to count the cost.
Yep.
Count the cost.
Yep.
That's the bottom line.
That's it.
Well, what you think, Adam?
I mean, it drove it home for me. Because looking at the first 2 commandments and looking at the aspects of being an entertainment
Yeah.
and distraction.
Yep.
But back in the Old Testament, that their faith
Right.
is what their armor was, and God fought their battles for them, so they didn't need self-defense.
I exactly. That's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And it's funny you said that, man, because I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know what made me think about it, but I said, man, I need to get back in there and start, loosening up and that. And I said, for what? I ain't playing no ball no more. And my wife likes me how I am. I ain't got to look good. I ain't got to look good no more.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, before we came in here, she said, "What you ugly as hell?" I said, "Why I gotta be so ugly?"
Yeah.
Why? She said, "I said, well, you married an ugly person." She
Yeah.
said, what you say? She don't know that. She don't know that.
What do you say, Ro?
I said, I've been married 4 times. I said, somebody thought I looked good.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? What was I talking about? Alan.
Rose said he being messy.
I just want to show y'all how low down she is. But
BJ, you
Alan,
better cut this off.
the fighting.
Yeah.
When you go back and read Jasher and you read David's mighty men and all that, you know, it's the spirit of the Lord. They come on them.
Oh yeah.
They some fighting.
Jokers, boy.
But it's the spirit of the Lord.
Spirit of the Lord,
And so,
right.
man, you know, I thought about it. I said, what we got to do when the spirit of the Lord come on you?
Yeah.
You gonna be you know how they do them karate movies. One man fighting 36 of them.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So,
Maccabees.
Yep. Maccabee.
the things that were written before time. Right.
Shoot, Maccabee, boy.
Man.
It was bad. It was a bad joke.
Yeah.
Maccabee.
And
Yep.
Jasher.
Jackson. Yep.
Doing all that fight.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and Jasher.
Yep.
Yeah, them took destroy some things. Them brothers wasn't
They
playing.
were. Yep.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so when you look at all that, what has been will be again. You know. Hey, you know, and that's what Romans 15 says. The things that were written aforetime were written for our knowledge. You know.
Hello.
Yep.
And so that, you know, and I was trying to think of another one. I can't remember the one that's talking about so that you may believe. Oh, when Christ told him, he said, "I'm telling you aforetime, so when it comes, you'll believe."
Yep.
But it still goes with nothing new under the sun. What has been will be again.
Right.
So these are the things that we gotta know and remember, because when you get surrounded,
Yep.
you say, "Okay, it's time."
Yep.
And you know, instead of crying and yelling and surrendering and say, waving the white flag,
Right.
you wait on it.
Yes. Yes.
And your patience possess you your soul. You know, if you know these stories and if you know what he did in the past, he gonna do it again.
That's right.
I just really believe it.
I do
That's
too.
what the scripture says.
I do too.
Popcorn.
I do too. Yep.
There was something else. You said something that said something. I didn't start writing this stuff down. I forgot. Ro, did you say something?
See, you being messy.
Yeah. There was something else.
I know I see a lot where my daily, passing by people or speaking to people, and my whole thing was always politics in the flesh. But now, because I'm spending more time reading,
Yeah.
filling myself up with video throughout the day, my understanding level has changed.
Yeah.
So I jump into trying to understand what they're trying to tell me, or vice versa, spiritually. So it changes the complexity.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
And see,
Both sides, they can control it.
that's something we didn't have when we was in the church. We didn't know there was a spiritual application to everything we read.
That's right.
When we read about marriage, we thought, okay, this is how you conduct your household.
Mm-hmm.
But not knowing that,
Spiritual application.
right,
To it. Yep.
spiritual application to it.
Yep.
It is
Yep.
that you're the wife.
Yep.
And this is how you conduct yourself with the husband who is Christ. You know, we didn't know that.
So who didn't?
Not to this level, anyway.
Right.
So,
This gonna may sound a little crazy.
uh-oh. Go
Here
ahead
we
with it.
go. There we go.
Go ahead with it.
He couldn't resist it.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Me too.
I don't leave.
It's gonna sound crazy. Go ahead.
They told me to leave me.
I mean, it makes sense to me. It may not to you.
Go ahead.
But no, seriously, on a serious note, everything that the eye see, the ear hear, and the words spoken is linked spiritually.
Right.
There's no separating none of that from God.
Sure ain't.
Got that right.
I mean, that's why, we're physical. I go back to, we're physical beings.
Right.
But if we try to get to the immortality, spiritual,
Without him.
you better think of everything
yeah.
that I see,
Yeah.
everything that the mouth speaks,
That's
and
good,
everything
Mike.
that the ear.
It's spiritual.
It's conscious awareness.
Conscious, you got to be aware of
Yeah.
it. I mean, it is not easy.
Yeah.
But nothing develops. A child don't learn how to walk until you have to stand up, and you gotta learn to walk at it so you can reach those elevations.
Yeah.
So it becomes automatic. It's just like you were saying when you were saying that a while ago. Your conversation is changed because there's a different understanding of what you thinking before you speak now,
Right.
and your hearing is magnified,
Yeah.
and even the seeing of the eye has been. It's become a natural. It's becoming natural with you, and I'm glad to hear you say that because in all of us, it needs to be a natural blinking of the eye
Yes.
concept.
That's good. That's good.
When,
Go
a
ahead.
while back we were talking, and we were talking about, I had made a comment and said that children are like a sponge. You put some water on that sponge and it rise up.
Rise.
But for me, I can see it like a projection. I can project what's coming at me now, and I'm absorbed. I absorb it,
Yeah, absorb it.
you know, but it's
that's
because of
good.
this.
Spiritually discerning.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
I
what
mean?
you call it.
Yeah.
Spiritual
And
design.
it's
Yeah.
like an umbrella of protection.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul said what Mike just said. Paul said in 10:3. He said, "For although we walk in the flesh, we are not of
Of
the
the
flesh."
flesh. Right. See, that's what he means.
That's what he mean, Mike. We still, like you said, we still got, but everything's supposed to be spiritual. Everything that we say, we do, we walk, everything was supposed to be of the spirit now. We're supposed to walk in the spirit in everything that we do, not the flesh.
Right.
And sometimes, that's good, Mike, because
Yeah, I thought it was gonna sound great.
Well,
me too.
I have those of them.
Yeah.
And I missed the cue.
No, that's good,
That's
man.
right, bro.
Hey.
I'm like, where did I go wrong?
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Because when we do that, when we walk in the spirit, I mean, even though we're still in this flesh, we'll be able to spiritually discern
That's right.
those things. Everything is spiritual now. And so everything comes out of our mouth, and
Yeah.
we can give people what the word says.
Right.
Not
You got to answer to every spiritual question.
Yes.
Or
It's,
life.
it's in there.
Yeah, you
The
got to
answer is there.
Yeah.
The answers are there.
The answers are there.
And the big important thing is like you saying, you can't, the Most High can't regurgitate nothing out of you if you don't put it
You
in.
don't put it in.
Hello.
You got to put it in there.
Yeah, you got to.
You got to put it in
That's
there.
your
And so
investment.
that's why, because you've been reading, you've been studying, you've been praying.
Right.
And so when that time comes, when you're talking to somebody, bam, it's there. The spirit takes over.
Right.
The spirit takes over. I told my wife, I used to tell my wife all the time because she was so afraid and so timid and I said, babe,
Open your mouth.
open your mouth. Just open your mouth. It's there. It's there. Because she can come and she preach a sermon to me at the house, but when she get around people, it's like, I don't know what that, babe, just open your mouth. By faith, open your mouth. And she started doing it. Can't stop her now. Can't stop her now. But that's
an auto.
yeah.
What scripture did you just reference?
Was it 2 Corinthians 10:3, I think? Paul said that. Was it? Is that it?
Oh, 2 Corinthians 10:3.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
2 Corinthians 10.
We're not of the flesh.
Yeah.
We can read it down to 5.
Give me 1 Corinthians 10. Oh, go ahead. No, go and get that.
Okay.
All right. 2 Corinthians 10. We're gonna 10 verse 3. We're gonna read it down to 5. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Yeah.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations
Yep.
of and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God,
There you
Right.
go.
There you go.
and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
That's it.
Every thought.
Every thought.
Every thought.
Every
yes.
thought.
Put it in captivity.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, put it in jail until you.
I'm
Is that
telling
an
you.
innocent thought or a guilty thought?
Right.
Put it in
You
jail.
know, the thing that I noticed since I've been start back working, a job is the workplace. Man, good God Almighty.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I forgot how good I had it to myself when I was working by myself. I could
Yep.
just listen, and
Yep.
just be on to myself.
Yep.
But man, it's that little bitty crack and they open. I mean, not they're open, but they try to get in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's so subtle.
Yep.
Give me 1 Corinthians 10. And so the subtle attacks come, but 1 Corinthians 10, give me 13.
There hath no temptation taken you but such as is coming to man.
Yeah.
But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able,
Go ahead.
but will with the temptation
With the temptation.
Yeah.
also make a way to escape.
So that we got to be looking for it.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
just if you seem like you're trapped in I mean, you can always just walk away, but if you don't even, you know what I'm saying, if you don't want to, if it's rude or
Yeah.
that, if you're in that type of, look for the open
It's
door.
an
'cause
escape. Yeah.
He's gonna
He
give
got
you one.
your. Yeah. That's
Gave me
good.
one today.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Got you.
told Rolanda about it. As a matter of fact, I was with Rolanda.
Yeah.
And there was a open door. And I said, ooh, Lord, just gave him way
Yeah.
to escape right
Yeah.
there. And I thought about this verse. But like you said, look for it.
Yeah.
And when the door open, take it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stay open long. You gotta get out of it when it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever
Right.
that situation is,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
gonna give you a way of escape.
Right.
And I look for him now that I see that
That's good.
I'm at work and the gossip or the whatever going on or the
Get out
whatever.
of there. Get out of there.
He always give you a way of
Get
escape.
out of there. Yep.
I look for the way of escape.
Right.
You know.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
If you looking, you gonna see it. But if you ain't looking, you might just pass you by. Then you gonna sit back and say, "Man, I should have left when he said so and so. I should have said so and so. I should have got out of there." You know,
Yep.
you gonna look back on it and see it.
Yep.
You gonna see it because he was there because it's written.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Always make a way of escape.
yeah.
Yep. That's good. All right.
Nietzsche said, "Man, what that mean?"
What? He act like he from Memphis somewhere.
What's up, Wayne?
Mine.
Wayne, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not on Facebook,
YouTube.
You too.
You said with the martial arts and everything also traced back to 1 Enoch 8 when Azazel taught men about warfare.
That's good.
Come back.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about warfare and building of weapons and things, and even building the body. When you build, no man want to build his body to look like a super athlete and never not use it.
Right. Right.
So it's the same with weapons. So it's the same with anything else. If you build the weapons, you tempted to want to use them somewhere.
You need the strength to yield it.
Yeah. So in that respect, yeah, you can see indirectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure, not directly, but indirectly that can be manifest.
Well, I never played football, but well, yeah, I went off a quarterback. Got hit one time. Got hit one time. I went to basketball. but DJ, when they building up their bodies and stuff today, some of them they out there they really want to.
Oh, they didn't take you out.
They want to take you out, don't they?
Why you doing it?
What that lick you put on that dude, BJ?
Yeah.
What that lick you put on that dude? They say they thought you killed him.
Thought it was dead.
I mean, in hindsight, what y'all talking about, there was some clips. I can't remember what channel I was on, but showing just all kind of, from college to football to pros, hits.
Them hits. Oh yeah.
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 No way.
Yeah. They trying to
No
destroy you.
way in the world I would play this.
You know what? Now in sports, when someone get hurt or a leg get broke or something, they don't show it no more. Used to be a time they'll show the replay.
Yeah.
Now when they get hurt, they don't show it.
Yeah.
no more.
They, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
do.
They stop showing it.
Sure will.
I mean, but yeah. I mean, you asked that question to BJ. What I saw, I'm like, man, they take pride in it. If you can't get up,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Well, that time I didn't. You can see me on tape moving out of there like this. I saw his eyes. When everybody else came over there, you know, it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
good hit.
I can't even say what they were saying. Yeah. But, man, it scared me to death.
I think at one time they had like NFL bounties going on.
Yeah.
Where they were paying. You take him out, you get extra whatever in your check. Got that serious. You take him out, you get extra something in your check. Yeah.
A lot of coaches got fired over that.
Yeah, sure it is.
Yeah.
You right.
Yeah.
That just show you how, you don't see yourself doing that when you first get into something. But see, the end of it for every individual can be different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the risk you're taking.
Yep.
It's the same thing with first pull on the blunt.
Mm.
Next thing you know is 10 pulls.
Back door.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're going in your back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that one pool, man.
I did it.
You smelled it before you pulled on you.
Yeah.
What is this? But that's the way life is for individuals. Serious, I'm serious. Man.
Yeah.
You don't know what the end of things gonna take.
Yeah.
Remember we talking about the doors?
Yeah. You know something.
Dimensional doors.
Yeah.
I know which one to walk through.
Better know which one you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know. That's the thing about it. I mean, I've been there. I'm speaking of my own life when I'm speaking. I've been through that door where I was far too strong, too intelligent. Thought I had Wills on my side. Wills wasn't nowhere near me. But I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I thought I was too smart and intelligent to get addicted to gambling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was like, somebody walked up there and said that to me, and man, you crazy.
Yeah.
No way.
9 times out of 10
That's
was
the
the blood.
thoughts that you have when you out there in that world.
And so you can think more of yourself
Exactly.
as
Yep.
having power over a device.
You think
They
yep.
can come your way
Yep.
Yeah.
and find next thing you know, you're crawling on your knees.
That's right.
And I think it's worse for somebody like who
The
knows.
most, yeah.
Who knows?
It
Because
Yeah.
first of all, you know better.
Yep.
First of all,
Yep.
and then once the spirits that's around you know better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
they had the opportunity to get in,
Yep.
they gonna,
Oh, they come rushing in.
oh
They
man.
gonna get you.
When an evil spirit has
You're a
gone
trophy
out of a
for
man,
them.
Yeah.
what does it say?
You become a trophy.
When an evil spirit has gone out of a
Out of a man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. One of the rounds.
Found it clean. Found it clean.
and
Oh,
then-
Swept and clean.
Yeah, when
And
it comes
Bring
seven
buddies
others.
back with
He
it.
bringing seven
Well, I guess
others.
y'all know that scripture.
We go to the dry lands.
Yeah.
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 But that's what happened with
Go to the dry places.
in a sort of a sense, Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened to him.
Yeah.
He forgot who gave him all of those.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle the thought
Yeah,
of
Most
why,
High had to
why
put him
can't
on
I
all-
be worshipped?
Most High put him on all fours. Like that, crawling around like an animal.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't you love his repentance? Though?
Man.
Gosh, that's beautiful.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
He think he didn't have some understanding?
Yeah.
He manifested some good understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Christ had told him, he said, you heard it say, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You know, and he's trying to rearrange the hearing. And, hey, if you black my eye, I'm gonna black your eye.
Right.
You know, but I think what he's trying to get him to hear is, if I don't want my eye black,
Right.
then I'm not gonna black your
There
eye.
you go.
You know, so
There
they heard it wrong.
Yeah.
They heard it the wrong way, and he's trying to. He said he was going to magnify the law
Right.
and make it honorable.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because what's the scripture say? Be careful how you hear. You heard it the wrong way.
Right. Right.
I don't want my eye black, so I'm not gonna hit you and black yours.
That's it. Magnified the law. Yeah.
All right, Whitney, Donna, where's Donna on there?
That's a dirty trick you put on us, Dwayne. Man, you on there.
Yeah, he would.
I said maybe he's just driving by.
No, I'm like, wait a minute.
and tagged his location, you know, as he was driving by.
I said, I know Dwayne and Doc didn't.
I said, I'm going to ignore this.
They said we all you need to be
Yeah.
with him. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I wish y'all were here, no?
Oh, man.
He came with that clean. They clean.
And they
dude.
clean.
What? I had to ask him, clean? What clean?
Wait a minute.
All right. What you got, Ro?
Yo, done ate all them hot
Bro.
tamale.
Ro Kush.
Is it better hot?
If that's it,
Well, all right then.
see, YouTube. Yeah.
No questions or anything
All
on that?
right.
Well, Whitney, I hope that was, yeah, you still on there. I hope that was good enough. Question, the answer for it anyway. Yeah.
All right.
All right, then I guess that's it.
All right. Ecclesiastes 12, verses 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
What's that?
Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
All right. Good judge.
Good night,
Shalom.
y'all. Good night.
See y'all Saturday, Lord's
On the
will.
Sabbath.